What's up, y'all? Today's video I wanted to talk about being okay and unknowingness and letting go of your beliefs. Let's get into it, all right? So, I've always been some type of guy to always search for answers, and I used to be like that a lot. And whenever I had questions or I had concerns or I didn't know the answer, whatever, you get the idea. I would always go out there, either looking on AI or going to the books or praying and just desperately chasing an answer to my question because I always felt like I was missing something. And that was my whole dilemma. I always felt like something out there was going to give me some satisfaction to fulfill that unknowingness inside myself. And in the midst of that chaos, I realized that like no matter how much answers I got, I always came up with more questions that led to more unanswered questions, which then led me to go chasing more answers, right? And realizing that you can find peace in the unknowingness, peace in the chaos, helps me just live life with a lot more flow and neutrality. Because whether answers came to me like that or like that, it didn't really matter to me. I knew that it was going to come to me eventually, and if they never got answered, well, then I know that I'm just not looking in the right place. Or I don't know, I just kind of remained faithful that God's going to show me some way, shape, or form the answer I'm looking for. And I believe that's something you guys can do as well. And the message I'm trying to convey. Why it's okay to not have answers all the time. Because I understand the anxiety. I understand the fear, the feeling like you're missing out on something, or if you don't get that answer, that you're missing something, you're losing time, or whatever it is. Everything falls in the place it's meant to fall at the time it's meant to fall. That might be the worst quote I've ever made in my life, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Things are going to happen the way it's meant to happen. They're going to come the way it's meant to come. You can't force anything, and whether if you do or you don't, it'll just lead you to a deeper hole. So my recommendation is just to stay present. That's something I've been practicing in my spiritual journey. I want to say my whole life because I don't know about this stuff. Also, if you're seeing this crazy tan line, don't make fun of me. But yeah, so that's number one. I'm gonna make this video a little shorter. Number two, letting go of your beliefs. Now, a lot of times when this is something I uncovered recently. Whenever was talking to one of my friends or anybody, and they proposed a different idea or a different belief to me that went against the beliefs I had, I'd automatically get defensive and I try to convince the other person why my belief is better or why my belief is more true or is right and why theirs is wrong. And I realized that it led me to be a really bad listener. It led me to be really close-minded to my own beliefs, whether they were right or wrong. I didn't really care. I just wanted to be right. And it was because I was protecting my image. I was protecting my image. That's what it was, because I attached my identity to those beliefs. I attached who I was to those beliefs. Obviously not all of me, but some of me. That's why I got so defensive. And this goes in life. If you ever get defensive in anything, understand that you have attached yourself to that thing that's getting threatened. And it may not feel like you're being threatened. You might get upset. You might get scared or whatever. But feeling an emotion triggers something. When something gets triggered, it's threatened. Hope you understand that. So back to what I was saying. Whatever it was, I always fought back. I was always like, no. And I was very close-minded. And I realized that I was never going to help me get better or get closer to God if I'm just staying close-minded to what I believe is true. Because there's constantly times where, like all these videos, I have made amends to my wrongs. I learned things that I thought were 100% true, and I was like, wait, this seems a little better for me. And yeah, I mean, it helped out, right? So yeah, that's my message. Stay open-minded. Learn to okay, and that's what it was too. My question was like, well, then how can I stick to my beliefs but also listen to other people? And it was just like, you can just learn to understand where they're coming from. And whether you want to agree with them or not, really doesn't matter, but at least you're there listening and open to what they have to say. And then if you do that to them, hopefully they do that to you. And if they're not, it's okay. Just know that it's the way they're behaving. All you have to do. And yeah, that's life. Hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I know I have not been posting, but life. God bless.